Hi guys, welcome back to the Etherchannel Negotiation Protocols LACP lab. In this video we're going to be doing task 2. And task 2 is about making sure that our interfaces are ready so we can start configuring Etherchannel in task 3. So the first question is display the links that are available to form an Etherchannel. So if I go to the bottom here, we've got PC1 connected to ASW1, connected to DSW1, connected to CSW1. So on ASW1, what we need to do is we need to we need to check the neighboring interfaces on DSW1. So we can see here DSW1, we can see 10 interfaces here, okay? So fast0 slash 1 to fast0 slash 10. Okay, so we can see 10 interfaces. So if we view the answer for the first question, we can see output from the show CDP neighbors command shows that ports fast01 to fast Ethernet 0-10 forms links to the fast Ethernet 01 to 0 fast 0-1 to 10 ports on DSW1. Now these 20 ports form 10 links that can be configured to form a channel group between ASW1 and DSW1. So this is from HW1. This is exactly showing exactly what I've just done now. So we've got these 10 interfaces here. Okay. Okay, DSW1. All on DSW1. Yeah. Connect to the local interfaces. Now, move on to question 2. Observe the line and protocol status of each interface on ASW1 and DSW1. So when it comes to check line and protocol status, we use a very common command, one of the most common commands that we use in Cisco, show IP interface brief. And this shows the interface status and configuration, a summary of the interface status and configuration. So if we go into ASW1 and I type in show IP interface brief, you can see all the fast Ethernet interfaces on the switch, and I can see that the status is up, line and the protocol line protocol up, status up, which is great. That means we're ready. And if I do the same on DSW1, show IP interface brief, you can also see here line status. Okay, it's up for 1 to 10, and then 11, 12 are down. Then gigabit 0, 1, and 2 are up. And same here, protocol 1, so fast Ethernet 1 to 10 are up, and then fast Ethernet 0, 11, 0, 12 are down, and then the gigabit Ethernet 0, 1, 0, 2 are up. So majority were up there. So this is just asking us to observe the line and protocol state of each interface. So that's what we've done here. So it says here, you can infer from the output of the show CDP neighbors command that fast Ethernet 0-1 to 10 are up and connected to the respective DSW1 ports. How to verify the line protocol states of the interfaces, you should use the show IP interface brief command. So we can use show TCP neighbors, okay, to see, okay, we can use that output, but if we want to verify line and protocol states, we need to use show IP interface brief, okay, because show TCP neighbors is showing that our those ports and those ports on the other switch that they are connected, okay, to the neighboring switch, but it doesn't show the line and protocol status. So using showed as IP interface brief. This allows us to do this, achieve this. So question 3, verify that an active trunk link exists between ASW1 and DSW1. Which trunk encapsulation type of bus switch is using? So, which command do we use here? Which command will let us verify that an active trunk link exists between the two switches? So, very particular command is, and it's show interface trunk. So, if you go into the command summary, the command table at the top, it tells us show interfaces. So, show interfaces trunk. This displays port and module interface trunk information. So if I go into, if I go into ASW1 first, because that's connected, that's the first switch starting from the left, and I do show interfaces trunk. This shows me that fast Ethernet port 0-1 to fast Ethernet 0-10 are all in desirable mode, and they're using the 82.1q trunking protocol. And this is great because this shows all the ports are ready. Because if you remember, guys, if you know about dynamic trunk protocol, when the ports are undesirable, that means they want to become a trunk. They want to become a trunk. So that's the state that we need to have. At least on one side, we want to have desirable ports. Otherwise, you're going to have two quote-unquote shy switches which don't want to talk to each other. If they're bone auto mode, they won't talk to each other. So this is good. This shows us that we're ready, even if the other side auto is configured. Desirable will basically do the negotiation on ASW1. But let's look at DSW1 as well. So we want to do same command on DSW1. So show interfaces trunk. Show interfaces trunk showing us now that fast Ethernet 0-1 to 0-10, we have trunking configured. We have these ports already in trunking status, they're all in desirable mode, which is great. 8.1.q encapsulation. So that shows us from that trunking point of view, we've got the protocol configured, we've got the undesirable mode configured. So there's going to be no issue here. You've got two switches that want to negotiate and form a trunk. So that's brilliant. So just to verify the answer, you can issue the show interfaces trunk command to observe the trunk state and encapsulation type of each port. All of the ports should display that they have negotiated 8.1q encapsulation. Show sample output from SW1 is shown below. So we can see fast 0-1 to fast 0-10 all in desirable mode. 8.1.q encapsulation there is there for all of them. Okay, so like I said, all of the ports should display that they have negotiated 8.1q encapsulation. Last command. When the lab is loaded, all 20 faces have identical configurations. Why is it important to know this? So there's nothing here for us to check on the switches. This is just a question about why the port interfaces need to have identical configurations. Why is that important? It's important, guys, because we need to remember that when we configure an ether channel between two interfaces on two switches, those have to have the same we have to have the same duplex setting. We have to have the same so if it, like in this case we're using LACP, we have to configure LACP on both sides, otherwise it's not going to work. You can't mix and match between LACP and PGP. something we discussed in the previous video, and you've got the duplex sync needs to be configured the same. The speed needs to be configured the same. So these things are very important, guys. So fast Ethernet interface, if you have ASW1 and DSW1, both sides, either you're going to configure fast Ethernet interfaces on both sides. In this case, we only have fast Ethernet interfaces. Actually, we do have gigabit Ethernet interfaces as well. But when we need to have configure between two fast Ethernet interfaces or two gigabit Ethernet interfaces, but you can't do a fast Ethernet gigabit interface on ASW1, and we try and configure that with a gigabit Ethernet interface on DSW1. You can't match, you can't configure between a fast and a gigabit Ethernet interface. So this is why it's very important to have identical configuration. Otherwise, basically, it's not going to work. It has to be identical configuration. Okay, so it's important to know that all 20 interfaces have identical configurations when the lab is loaded, because ports that form a channel group must have identical configurations. So that's it, guys, for task 2. Thank you for listening. In the next video, we'll be doing task 3, which is now we're getting into the good stuff here. We're configuring Etherchannel by using LACP. So thank you, guys, and please tune into the next video.